guys, and welcome to my channel. As usual, it's a big pleasure to have you guys here. In case it's your first time to come across this channel, karibu sana, you're welcome. Happy New Year, guys. let me just take this time to say Happy New Year to everybody. I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone is having, the positive vibes, the positive mentality, the positive mindset. I hope everyone who had, New Year resolutions, how far with them? Are you keeping into your New Year resolutions, or you're already like, damn it? Let's talk about prenup. I say this has actually caused a lot of controversy, and I feel like most people don't know what is a prenup. Because actually one of the reasons most people don't know what a prenup is because most people are not even married legally. Most people is just come with stay kind of marriage, which are tuzae tuishi, tulewa watoto kind of thing. But it's something that has always been there. So if you don't know what a prenup is, Google it, do your research about it. For me, I don't have a problem with having a prenup. Most people have prenups. Most marriages have legal marriages, especially where people are looking into the future. And you'll be so shocked that women are the ones who support prenups more than even men in marriages to protect the future of the kids. So in this case, I saw Nairofey's video. She was saying that she was coerced to sign documents, that she didn't know what it contains and all of that, which if it's true is unfortunate. And I also saw the guy's side of the story as well. This is a bit interesting topic. That's why I decided to end with it, because that's why I decided to address it as the final thing. I just want to give my insight into prenups. Have always been there, unless you just you're not married legally, or you're not aware, you understand. So I feel like if it is true that she was coerced, which can only happen if you're forced to sign things, but if everything was read to you and you're not okay with it, I feel like you can say, I'm for it, but I need some time to think about it, to go through it. It's not something I need to do it very fast. But in this situation, there's a lot. She wanted to relocate to Russia. So even for her, she was in it. Anything that would, everything it will take. Sometimes as ladies, whatever it takes. Even with your things you sometimes want to do in life and you don't care, like whatever it takes. Yeah. So I feel like in this situation, this prenup brings me back to the point of age gap relationships. The older person is always ahead of the game. So in this situation, the guy has already seen, the guy basically started dating the girl when she had not grown. And now they have a YouTube channel and it has started peaking and growing, courtesy of this guy. Because truth be told, they started going viral when the guy got involved. And probably because it feels like he's a bit entrepreneurial, they had a future. So it was about, if you're not doing the salon business, then if now we are getting into content creation business, then everything has to be business. Yeah. So it was a way of him protecting himself, because at the end of the day, he's having this young beautiful girl with her, and anything, she's gonna be a celebrity out here. Anything is possible. So there's no way you're gonna build a brand with someone. That's a business. And then maybe if something happens later, you're just gonna be thrown outside. So for me, I feel like it makes sense. So he was protecting himself, that is for sure, which is justified. Because in this case, it's not about YouTube or Instagram or whatever. They were now in a business. This is a business. Content creation is a business. That is for real. And it's for sure. So there's no problem with people choosing to have everything well laid out. Because this guy has helped the guy to grow, even in the content creation space. That's a fact we cannot run away from. So having the prenup is not a bad thing, and it's not a bad idea. And I feel like if the girl did not want it, that would be selfish of her, because she also knows that the guy has played part. There's no one who wants to invest in something that they are not going to see the beauty of it and experience it. Today you're not gonna invest in a business or something, you want profits. Truth be told, that's for sure. So I feel like having a prenup is not bad, but if it's true, because you cannot tell who is saying the truth or not. If it's true that she was coerced in it, then that one is not okay. But I feel like, you see, I want to give an example with Diana Bahati channel. It's Diana Marua who appears more often in that channel, but you'll be so shocked. She has been using it's Bahati who is behind the brand Diana Bahati. So you'll be so shocked that Bahati is also having so much proceeds from Diana Bahati channel. Or you'll be so shocked to find it's a 50-50 or 60-40 or whatever thing, but it's jointly owned. The fact that you see Diana so much in it, it does not mean that Bahati is not benefiting from it. So this is business. When it comes to honor, it's business. That's what people don't know. So when some people come and say that it's Nairofey's channel, we only see her there, we're only interested in her, but they did it together. They've gone viral together. We've seen that. So for me, I am not siding with the lady and I'm not siding with the man, because at the end of the day, sometimes boy child is normally oppressed. And for me, I look at it from a situation where it's not, I mean, I'm a woman, I can say I want to side with the woman. You're bad. The woman is entitled and all of that. But, tomorrow we have sons. I'll have a son. I don't want my son to be oppressed somewhere. We have sons, we have brothers. We have male people. You don't want to see them oppressed. Yeah. So as much as that we have feminism and women, we will always be a bit supported, because at the end of the day, we are the weaker human beings, which is true. But aside from that, truth be told, there is the boy child. You don't want to oppress someone. So for me, I like to look at both sides and speak the truth. If the man was actually really bad, and we have seen that, we'll condemn that. But in this situation, you have to look at everything. That's why I said I feel like both of them, they are amazing human beings. And it's just unfortunate that it's just not working for whatever reason. I feel like they really deserved each other. I feel like it's very beautiful if you can be blessed with someone you can start life with, and they are very intentional and genuine with you, because there's not many people who are like that. Sweethearts, we know these things. It's not everyone who's gonna be genuine. People are playing games out here. Everyone is playing games. Women are playing games. Men are playing. It's like a chess. So for me, I feel like, I don't know, but I would really have loved them to, keep having a beautiful thing. But my thing about a prenup is actually very good. Personally, if I ever get married, I want to have a prenup with my partner. It's not going to be about me or about him. The prenup will be about the children. I want to protect my children, because tomorrow I can toil and really hustle with someone today, build family wealth together, build beautiful things. We have property, we're enjoying life. Tomorrow you could be no more, you could be gone. This man can choose to marry another woman to come in, stepmother. You understand? And this woman will come and take over the family wealth. Maybe the man dies tomorrow, so the woman is entitled. You don't want that. You want your children to be protected on everything you have worked hard on. So you can choose to have a prenup with your husband, that everything we have worked on together from now until whatever time you say, if I'm not benefiting from it, everything will go to my children. It's a very good thing. So even if another woman comes 20 years later, they don't have anything to inherit from any work you do. Everything goes to your children. So it's not a bad thing. But it's just like a contract. People need to be informed about everything in it. So in this situation, I don't think it was a bad thing. So I don't know why people are demonizing prenup. I don't know, you were setting her up, you scammed her. I don't think, to be honest, this is my honest opinion, I don't think he scammed her. The only thing I can say could have been a problem, maybe, I don't know if there was communication between them, but I feel the guy was protecting himself. because sometimes you can be with someone from when she's nothing, you help her grow. We cannot tell everything that has transpired in their relationship. At least let's agree. We cannot tell everything that actually transpired, but you can help someone grow. You've seen all these situations. You take a girl to college, everything, and when she's actually very well, she runs away and leave you alone. And feel you're no longer her level now. So I feel like the man was trying to protect himself as well, which is fully justified. And I think him wanting to be her manager, I don't think it's bad. Your husband can be your own manager. So if it's a brand that is growing, and from what I've heard from both of them, they're talking about the brand Nairofey. They're not talking about their relationship. And this is where people go wrong. Sometimes you don't differentiate. It's a bit difficult when you are doing business with your partner, because sometimes you don't get to differentiate your personal. Now we're in a relationship, now we are husband and wife, and now we are in business. To differentiate those two things requires wisdom and maturity and stuff. And I feel like they could not, because in real they could be Duncan and Esther in marriage, and then brand Nairofey is what is being managed. So if you cannot differentiate all that, there's going to be problems. Big problems. All in all, I wish them the best. I wish them love and light. It's unfortunate. As I said, I'm one of the people who are mourning. I am mourning personally. I'm a lover of beautiful things. This book started from scratch. I feel like it's a beautiful story when you can start from scratch with somebody and grow and become big and have many achievements. But at the end of the day, peace of mind, somebody's sanity, it's more than anything. So if it's not working, I pray that they can be able to solve their issues peacefully, as I can say. I don't know. Everything is already dirty. And it's not worth it. I mean, the marriage was worth it, the relationship. I don't think drama is not worth it, but sometimes it just happens. I've been in beautiful relationships, like sometimes during breakup, there's always one party who does not want to break up, or they want to have problems. So it's normal, I understand. Sometimes drama is also not inevitable. It's gonna be there. But I hope that both of them comes out stronger, not just one party. They are both beautiful people. So I hope at the end of it all, both of them come stronger. I hope they've learned 1 or 2, 3 things. I wish them all the best in life. And what else can I say? And you people who are hating, being sadists, and enjoying all this drama, some are bashing the man, some are bashing the woman. You're just miserable people in life, because only miserable people, misery loves company. It's only miserable people who love to see bad things. There's no one who is happy or peaceful who like to see sad things. We are a lover of beautiful things. We want to see people excelling and being happy. So go and get a life. Anyone laughing at this breakup, separation, divorce, whatever thing it is, all this drama, you need to get a life. Because it's obvious that most of you're sad in your lives. That is why when you see other people now they're sad, it's like you want them to join you in your sadness ministry. Ministry of sadness. I don't have much to say. I am mourning personally. I'm not happy. I love to see both of them. Anyway. Love and light. You're a sadist. For me, I'm a lover of beautiful things. I love these two human beings. I really love Nairofey. I love her vibes. I just love her. She's a young girl and stuff like that. I also love the husband. I also love Bebe, as as she used to refer to him. And the first thing that clicked to me is the first time we're getting to know their real names, that Nairofey's name is Esther and Bebe's name is actually Duncan. I was laughing by myself because nobody knew this. And you see, these people look like, they had everything figured out, that they want to put out content, they want to put themselves out there, but, protect themselves to a certain extent, because they never revealed to us their names for the longest period. So please subscribe if this is your first time to come across this channel. In case you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel. There's just a subscription button. Just click on it. It will cost you nothing. Just click on that subscribe button. For me, it was disappointing. It was not entertaining for me. I'm not this type of person who loves, bad things, sad news. I'm not a sadist. Some people really derive pleasure in this type of things. For me, I'm a lover of beautiful things. I want to see people happy. I'm a lover of beautiful things. I want to see relationships flourishing. I want to see people happy. I want to see everyone, flourishing in whatever they endeavor into. It might not be the case, but I'm just that type of a person. So for me, it's not a good thing. I cannot say it's a good thing for me. But at the end of the day, it's life and it is what it is. So I'm doing a reaction video because I had so many opinions. I wish I had somebody to talk with. As you guys can see, I'm with my glass of wine here. Actually, this is my second glass of wine because I've just been reading for the past 1 hour. I've just come home and normally I'll have a cup of tea. I've just been reading so much. I feel like it's been just too much for me, and I said, you know what, let me just grab wine because I don't want my anxiety to be triggered by anything at this point. So I started watching her since she was 2,000 subscribers from the older house she had. The boyfriend, the airport video, the boyfriend coming from Russia, and I've seen them grow, both of them. And that's why I said I'm a lover of beautiful things. I like to see people growing. I want to see relationships, growing into marriages and actually becoming beautiful and everything. So to some of us, it's actually a disappointment. But as I said, it is what it is. It's life. So what can I say? People are having different opinions. For me, I wish them love and light. That's the first thing to both of them. Whether they are divorcing, separating, because they were actually legally married. So it's not something that is going to be easy for them. I wish them love and light. I'm not a hater. I'm not someone who laughs at people's misfortunes and worst times and when they are going bad times. Here I'm all about positive vibes, progress, and stuff like that. All the good things, all the good vibes. That's what I'm all about. So the first thing I want to talk about sexuality. There's so much that is coming with this video, sexuality. First of all, the husband is claiming that the wife, Bebe is claiming that Nairofey cheated on him with a girl, a stud, that is. So that means maybe she's bisexual or something. Nairofey, on the other hand, claims that the husband also has azadi, meaning he's also bisexual. He's having another relationship with another man in Russia. So let's talk about sexuality, meaning this, if it's true, that is alleged, that is alleged. So it simply means that it's a marriage, from two bisexual. The woman is seeing another woman, the man is seeing another man. So it's a bit interesting. And it looks like, I've heard of such kind of arrangements, but it's normally discussed. If it's discussed, maybe the couple involved, the people involved, they already know about it, they've discussed, they've opened up to each other. I feel like then it's okay, because who are we to judge? The only person who can judge everyone, I think, it's God. We cannot judge how people want to live their lives and their sexuality, as long as it's not affecting anyone out there. I think that is, But in this case, it looks like when Bebe learned that Nairofey is cheating on him with a woman, I feel like he wasn't okay with it. So it looks like nothing like that was discussed. And this brings us to the idea of long distance relationship. Do long distance relationship really work, or are they just a scam? Yeah, I've been in long distance relationships and I can tell you it works. They're beautiful, but hard work is involved. A lot of work and commitment is involved. Anytime there's mistrust, small mistrust is just normally the end of the beginning. So I don't want to talk much about the sexuality issue, because as far as I'm concerned, I don't normally have any issue with people's sexuality. If whatever thing you want to be, for me, I normally say it's only God who's going to judge all of us, because we all have so many sins that we cannot glorify one and judge another, say one is good and one is bad. No. So it's only God who can judge everything that we choose to do, because at the end of the day, most of us, we are in different forms of sexual sins. So I cannot say being gay, being a lesbian, being bisexual is bad, and yet I'm not married and I'm having sex outside marriage. That is premarital sex. You understand? And it's also a sin. And if you read, if you're a Christian and if you read the Bible, all these sins have been they belong to one category. It's not like being gay, being a lesbian, or having sex before marriage, or adultery, that is having sex outside your marriage, that there is one that is bigger than the other. So that is not my work to judge. But I feel like for them to start exposing each other right now, or on the level of on their sexuality, I feel like it's not okay, because I feel like Nairofey already knew the guy. If it's true, it's alleged. If she suspected or she knows that he's seen someone else, most probably she already knew even in the marriage, but she still carried on for some reasons. Only her knows that, right? So I feel like that is irrelevant. That is information that should just be between them. But anyway, drama happens, and that's it. And that brings me to the second point. Is it really worth it? Like all this, was their relationship worth it, first of all? And is the drama that is going on after, their breakup, is it worth it as well? And I'm just thinking, I've watched these people, at least since the time we got to know them. They've had a very beautiful relationship. And it reminds me of when, I once fell in love when I was 20 years old. And that was actually my first time to fall in love, I can say, and my first relationship. And the person was actually my second boyfriend, or rather the second guy I had ever known in my life at that particular point. So it was very beautiful. So it reminded me of that, because Nairofey is still a young girl. And also when you check her, the time she actually met the guy, she was basically almost the same time I met this guy. And so I cannot even judge her so much, because there are a number of things I know. So these people have really evolved. They have really evolved. If for those people who started watching them since that time, they can ascertain this. Since because I remember the kind of even house she used to vlog in. When I look at that house, or remember that house, and the kind of house she lives in right now, you can see the evolving. It's been evolving. So these people who have really grown, they have really, really grown together. It's been a beautiful relationship. Indeed, it's those relationships that needs to be admired, because for me, I'm a believer that a relationship is not all about sex and going to the club and just knocking each other, you understand? And those are the type of relationships that are out here mostly. Yeah, but for me, I believe in relationships where people can grow together. It's not just all about sex. You're not going to be having sex all the time. In fact, in most relationships and marriages, sex is not a daily thing. It's not food. Yeah. So, for me, I like their relationship, because you can see, such type of a relationship, there is evolving. There is the love, there is the sex, of course. There is the people are growing together. I like those types of relationships. People who sit down and discuss 1, 2, 3 things aside from love issues. Yeah, those are my type of relationships. It's not a relationship where it's just nonsense. It's just sex, clubbing. There's no growth. So when I look at these two people, they had a structure. They were going somewhere. They were already planning their future together. When I watched the guy's video and also Nairofey's video, where the guy took her to college, to Ashley's, and actually if you watch even which he's actually admitting, and even when you watch the previous videos, you can see that I think maybe 2 or 3 years back, she was at Ashley's. And I remember when she got her first paycheck, from AdSense, I even remember her saying it's too much. She's reevaluating if she needs to go back to Ashley's college and stuff. She want to concentrate on content creation right now and stuff. But you can see they had a structure. When I watched Bebe saying that his idea was to take her to college, she finishes, and then they are going to open a salon together, that's actually very admirable. It's not many guys who can do that for you, and most of you know that. in this day and age, for Kenyan, let me not talk about African or other continents, but most Kenyan men will not be like a Kenyan man to come and tell you, okay, go to college, I'm gonna pay for it, and after that, you know, we're gonna have a business. That's like a family business, you understand? It's not many men who gonna do that for you. That's the truth. The guy is not even saying go to college. After college, you look for a job. Maybe you'll go and look for a salon to work in or something. After that, we'll open our own salon. So there's a lot of beautiful things that were involved in all of this. And you can see there was a lot of intentionality and genuineness. Aside from all these things, you know, let's always, you know, let's not just keep on demonizing things here and there. Let's give credit where it's due. There was a lot of good intentions in this relationship and a lot of genuineness as well. And you know, in this day and age, we are all praying that, you know, may you meet a man or a woman who has good intentions with you, because most men out here don't have intentions with you. How many of you can ascertain to me that the man you're even dating, even right now, or married to, has actually invested in you? Very few men will invest in you. That is for sure. So we have to give credit to Bebe, Yeforian, Duncan, whatever his name is, at least up to there. And I'm not even saying it right now. From the moment I started watching them, and I think that's one of the things I really like their channel. It's because, you know, I like men who are intentional with you. It's not men who are just, let's go to club, hey, let's have sex, let's do this, let's do that. You want a man who is intentional with you, and this Bebe, that is what he was. For a man to take you to college, for a man to say, finish your hairdressing course, I will open a salon for you, I'll open a business for you. That's someone who wants to see you growing. That's for sure. And that is someone who is having a future with you. The reason why you're going to club, men just buy you alcohol and all these things, and they don't have anything else to do with you, or give you just more money, is because they don't, you know, they don't have any intentions with you, and they don't think that it's even worth it to invest in you. So let's give credit where it's due. For me, basically, to just summarize, you know, my point, it was a beautiful relationship. I've personally watched them evolving, and I feel like they had a future together, or at least something planned, and I feel they were lucky to have each other. It was a solid relationship. It's not this, and for me, I think even with a breakup, you know, it was worth it. Yeah, even if you get in a relationship or a marriage, and even if it doesn't work, if it was worth it, it was worth it. Let's give credit to its due. They had intention, they were intentional about each other and all of that. So it's just unfortunate, but I think both of them are beautiful human beings. That's all I can say. And that brings me to my third point. They are both beautiful human beings. That's what I think. The man really loved the guy, not only loving the girl, but he invested in her. That is for sure. We cannot run away from that fact. Nairofey is also a beautiful girl, and she was lucky to have a nice guy. The kind of things this guy, you know, are doing to her, this is still a young man. Most of the things only old men will do for you, and you know, it's the sugar baby and sugar daddy relationship, which I still don't have a problem with it, because you know what, I actually root for that. Let me not get into that. But for a young man to, you know, he tried in his own capacity, you know, to come through for her. So it's not many men who will do that for you. In this day and age, if a man comes and finds you, very few men, they are there. I've seen some, I have met some, who come and find you, you don't even have a place to stay, don't even have a house. Yeah? They either take you in and treat you nicely, or they rent somewhere for you. It's very few men who will do that for you. It's very few men. And for this is a young man, especially not many young men his age will do that. Most will actually take advantage of your situation and get the most out of you. Knock you, impregnate you. That is what is happening. Go and research the stories of you know, how most young girls got pregnant. Most of them, they were just in vulnerable situations. A man came through, showed a bit of care and support. Bam, the girl got pregnant. After that, the man took off and ran away. But you can see they've been intentional. And you can tell Nairofey is a lover of, you know, she has taste. She has class. She likes a good life. She likes good things. You understand? So for a young man to be keeping up, at least she said herself, if you watch her video, the first house the man rented for her was 15,000. In this day and age, I want to tell you, at least for the Kenyan men, unless it's a man who maybe you've gotten pregnant for, so it's not for free. For a man to rent for you a 15,000 house and above, that's like a nice 1-bedroom house, and you've not even gotten pregnant for him or anything, it's I mean, I'm not saying it's the best thing, but it is something. And not just renting a house for you, he'll also send money for your food, for your clothes, and still pay your school fees in college. Basically a second-order responsibility of your father. Trust you me, that's a man enough. Please, let's not run away from that fact. Even those, I've been following even comments, and I see some women actually saying, no, it was the duty of the man to take care of his woman. That is just the bare minimum. Sweetheart, it's not the bare minimum. It's not the work of any man. He's not your father. He's not. Now, I'm not the B or Papa. If I was Nigerian, that is what I would have said. If he's not your father, he's not his work. Which young man here is supposed to collect you and take you to college and even planning to open big salon for you after that? So let's give credit to its due. They're both beautiful human beings. They had, I feel like they had a good ride. And it's unfortunate. For me, I'm actually very sad. I'm not happy with all this thing going on. I love to see beautiful things continuing being beautiful and having a very beautiful ending. That is what I stand for. I don't know what happened. Anyway, as I say, it is life. It's life, oh. Hey! Was their relationship worth it? Yes. It was worth it. Gap relationship. Because definitely, the man is still very young and the woman is still very young. And it looks like they still met maybe when she was 19 or 20, around there. Most probably. Age gap relationships, starting from maybe 10 years and above. I have a bit of knowledge about this because personally I have been in age gap relationships more than in relationships with people who are almost my age mates. And actually I prefer older guys. That is non-preference, by the way. It's not about having a guy who maybe is older and take care of you more or something. No, sometimes it's a preference. Personally, I like older guys more than the younger guys for various reasons. But in this case, let's just get into age gap relationships. I feel like if you want to get into an age gap, this is my own honest opinion, not from even my own experience, because I see it somehow played part in this. When you get into an age gap relationship, you need to know that you're dating someone who is a bit older than you. And even if you love each other and you can relate well, this is someone who has more experience than you. So once you understand that, you'll be able to maneuver around and at least have a mind, have something at the back of your mind. This is someone who is more experienced. Experience comes with age. All of us, we know that. The way you're thinking 5 years ago is not the way you're thinking now. The way you're thinking now is not the way you're going to be thinking 5 or 10 years from now if you still be alive. So experience comes with age. There's nothing else that brings experience. Only age brings experience, because with age you meet more. There's a lot that will keep on happening in your life, and that is where experience and wisdom comes from. Yeah. So for girls, I just want to say something, and this is something you can advise, our younger sisters. You see the age between 20 to 24. I feel like, because I've been there personally, this is actually a very vulnerable age. In fact, I feel like 20 to 24 years is more vulnerable than even when you're a teenager, because this is the age I've seen most girls actually, we mess up a lot around this age, because now you're an adult and most of the time you're not even in your parents' care, you're not on anybody, you even yourself, you feel like and you think you're an adult. But you know what? This is the time, this is the age you need more guidance and more support. This is the time, as most girls, you get into your first or second serious relationship, and that's why you find most girls get pregnant around during this age. most failed marriages that will happen maybe later on in your late 20s or early 30s probably started when you're in your early 20s. I feel like 20 to 24 should be your time to just enjoy yourself, explore more, learn more. Even if you get in a relationship, it should not be with too much commitment. Yeah. And if someone gets into that, I cannot judge them because that is what they know for the moment. But if God ever blesses me with a daughter or someone I'm mentoring, I will try and let them know this. Because you know what? Personally, I almost got married at 21. I said I got into a relationship and I was head over heels in that relationship. I was in love. The one, it just started and was topping with me. And I almost got married at 21 at that particular point. And, even that relationship ended in a bit of dramatic state, which is okay. But when I look back, if I actually settled with that guy, it will have led to a divorce later on. And not too long ago, maybe still when I will still be in my late 20s or something, So I feel like it's good to have fun, have relationships. I feel it's like it's in your time. It's not your time to settle down. I feel like you'll not be doing yourself justice. If it's possible, sometimes shit will happen, you even become pregnant and stuff. But if it's possible not to even get pregnant between 20 to 24, I feel like that's the right thing to do. Because that should be your personal time, your me time to explore, to have fun. You understand? To find more about yourself. Because I can tell you the way you'll be thinking at 21 is not the way you'll be thinking when you're 26 or 27. The mindset will change. Even your type of guys will change. But basically, you mentally will have grown more. You know what suits you. You know what type of guy you really like. Probably you've gone through, you've dated maybe 1, 2, or 3 people. You've had 1 or 2 breakups. So you know what works for you. You've found more about yourself as a person more. So when I look at Nairofey at this age, and also she was a needy young woman as well. So probably maybe at this point she has outgrown the guy. Maybe, I don't know, I cannot speak for her. But for me, I feel like it could have been maybe the ideal guy. I don't know. From everything, because he is a unique man. At least that we can give credit to that. It's not many men who come into your life and want to help you and improve you as a person. That is the work of your father. That is not the work of your husband or your boyfriend to come and pick you from wherever. So if you have a man who is helping you, please, you need to acknowledge these men in our lives. We need to acknowledge them. And we need to actually thank them, you understand? And show them more love. It's not their role. Some of these women out here, they're just gaslighting. It is the work of a man to provide for a woman and to care for her and this and that. Some of these women, don't listen to them. Behind closed doors, they are very miserable. They're actually not being provided for. They are providing for them. They are struggling, not even providing. They are struggling to provide for themselves. So don't listen. If you have a good man, don't make him feel like that is his job and his duty, that it's by force. No, it's not by force. It's a blessing. Let him know that, he's a blessing in your life, and let him know that you actually appreciate everything that he's doing for you. So in this case, I'm just disappointed. What can I say? I'm disappointed for these people. I feel like it should have been a very beautiful relationship, but I mean, it's life, as I said. It's life. So maybe with time, Nairofey has been growing, because she has really grown as well. And maybe she has realized that maybe he's not the man he needs or he wants to spend the rest of his life with. So, it's a bit tricky when it gets to that, especially if both of you are really, really invested in each other. So I don't want to talk on their behalf about this matter. On both sides, I don't know. But it's just disappointing. All I can say is that finding such guys is rare. At least that I know. A guy who can take you from nothing. Because people who find you from nothing, most men who find you from nothing, they'll try to take advantage of you. And first of all, they leave you pregnant and then run away. So, I don't have anything to say. I just wish them love and light. how things go, if they come back together, if they go their separate ways. As far as I'm concerned, I think and I feel they are both beautiful human beings and they deserve the best in life. I'm not a gaslighter. I'm not a hater. I'm not a sadist. For me, I'm actually mourning. I'm mourning this breakup. I'm a lover of beautiful things. I like to see beautiful things happening to people. I don't like to see people, this is not even a breakup, it's a divorce. So I just wish them love and light, both of them. They are both amazing in their own ways. And I hope, I don't know, I just hope that Nairofey doesn't end up with a skunk after. Because sometimes when you're in something good, you may not see. People are very bad. So chafu sana if you're not careful. There are very few good men left out here. At least that's the truth. There are very few good men. Anyway, as I said, they are adults. They both know what they want. They have both evolved. So, love and light. I want to talk about the cheating allegations. So far, I watched the two videos from Nairofey and from Bebe. At least Nairofey has just been giving, their history of meeting and everything. I hope she gives the cause of their breakup. Because she has talked a lot, but she has not given the cause of their breakup. I watched the whole video. I think it was over 30 minutes. I hope in the next video, that part 2, she will say what caused. Because, I mean, the whole of this thing, people are just shocked about the breakup. But all these things, they're exposing each other, the weaknesses in the relationship, in the marriage, their private life, their sexuality, who was funding who, and I feel like that is not important. Yeah? If you break up, at least they need to tell us why they are breaking up. Some of us who are very much invested in this relationship. But when at least I watched Bebe's video, at least I got to see he was very articulate, something I loved, and very straight to the point, and he addressed the cheating allegations. So we can only wait and see if Nairofey is going to come with a comeback or actually defend herself, or at least outline why they broke up, because that should be the main interest of people, not all these things exposing each other. I'm out.